Okay, so hi everyone. I hope you're well today. I'm having a conversation today with Deborah Forsythe, who is a registered nurse, and I'm very excited to introduce her to the team at Omniya. So that means that Deborah will also be offering hormone consultations. She's a very experienced hormone prescriber, kind of been doing it for around the same time we realized actually when we were talking. And Deborah's also got a background in aesthetics. She's a registered nurse, and like I said, she's a prescriber. We've got a very similar ethos on prescribing hormones. So this just means there's more availability for you for your appointments. There's another pair of eyes also to look over things, which I think is always a good thing. And Deborah, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, I'm really excited to be joining you. It's a wonderful opportunity. So I'll try and keep me brief. As you have said, I am a registered nurse, midwife, and a prescriber. And I started my ex-NHS career in medical aesthetics in 1999, right back in the days when we had nothing but collagen and skin peels, way back in the day. So I have loved every day that I spent working with women. In the early days, we were all much of an age. We had young children. My patients were very much wanting just some refreshment to get ready to go back to work, to their executive jobs, like me, because that's just what I had done. And as the years went on, we had more tools to our boxes to help refresh faces. We were able to do a lot more. And then as time went on after that, I realized that our conversations were changing a lot. So it went from, oh, I'm so excited, my kids are 3 and 4, I'm getting ready to go back to work. God, I haven't slept for like months because I've been up all night, to, I can't stand my husband. He is driving me mad. I forget everything. I'm putting on weight. My hair is falling out. And I thought, oh, this is a different line of conversation. We're not just talking about wanting to look fresh and all that sort of stuff. And then I thought, oh, hang on a minute, they actually sound like me. Because I was thinking, he really irritates me. I ballooned up in weight. I stopped sleeping. I had chronic insomnia. My skin was itchy. I can't say I noticed my periods were changing, but all sorts of different body changes were happening. So as I got talking more to my patients, I realized that we were having something happening in common together. And when I actually sat down and really thought about it, I thought, oh no, we're in our mid-40s, we're perimenopausal, and I don't know enough about it, and they certainly don't. And what are we going to do? So at that point, I thought, I need to find out what's really happening so I can start helping them. And that really started my journey into the whole world of menopause. And it was, oh my goodness me, this is massive. Where do you start? Who do you ask? What are you supposed to do? Do you stop eating, stop drinking, take pills? And in those days, sounds like the ancient old days, like caveman times, but it was still post, that horrific paper that came out that said, thou shalt not take hormones. So we also, what else do we do? So not very long after that, so most of my information was coming actually from the States, because there really wasn't anything available in the UK at the time. But fortunately, we both fell into the tender loving care of Marion Gluck at around about the same time, when I really was at least 3 stone heavier than I am, not sweating, but if I slept 2 hours a night, I was really considering that lucky. And of course, because of that, you're hungry all day and you just want to eat all the carbohydrates that you can. So the beginning of my journey was learning from her what was actually happening to my body. And it honestly felt like such a weight was coming off my chest, because at last somebody was talking to what was happening to me. And that was just like, oh, thank God I'm not completely crazy. Because, of course, I had seen my GP who said, do you cry a lot? Yes. Do you sleep well? No. Do you want to hit everybody in sight? Yes. Do you lose things? Yes. And by which stage I was going, yeah, this is me. This is the nervous breakdown. So I got antidepressants, and that's all we knew at that time. But when I started to know that there was something that you could do, that you weren't crazy, but was actually changing within our bodies, it's like a light went on, and I thought, right, this is it. New mission alongside of the aesthetics. We're not crazy. We just need to understand what's happening and what we need to do to take back control. And that for me was just the beginning of another amazing journey that I'm still on. And it's so wonderful that today we can actually talk to patients face to face, give them sound clinical advice, and we have the tools to support them to help reduce the symptoms that they currently having, and the nutrition advice we now know that works, because what worked for me when I was 25 would not work for me 10 years ago or even today, because so many different things have changed for us. We didn't understand that we started menopause grossly inflamed. We didn't even think about our adrenals or our livers at that time being involved. So it's wonderful to be in the situation that we have so much more knowledge, and that we can share it with the lovely ladies who come to see us and the ones that we deal with online. And hopefully we do the best things as women and have a jolly good gossip and talk about it to our friends.
That's great. So I can hear how passionate you are about prescribing hormones and just looking after women's health in general, be that perimenopause or menopause or around periods and things. So that's fantastic, obviously, that I think there's an ethos and synergy there between us. So that's important. And also, like you said, also things like nutrition and lifestyle changes and supplements. So it's going to be...
I think it's wonderful that we actually have so many tools that we can bring together, because you and I both know it's not one size fits all.
No.
So it's like being in a menopause sweet shop, so we know that X and Y will definitely help this, but you also need maybe some licorice or some chocolate candy or something else from the shop that will bring the whole package together, because we're unique as women. We have so many facets that have to be addressed. And it's not the ones that are just internal, they all reflect externally as well. I personally lost a lot of hair during my menopause. I developed male pattern baldness, and it's a funny story, but my daughter noticed it first. I had sort of seen it, but it wasn't until my husband said, right, dear, come downstairs, there's a glass of wine, you do know you're going bald. It's just like, no. But that's what happens. And if somebody doesn't tell you, then very often we hide it because we're ashamed and we're embarrassed. I got a wig because mine was so bad. I just thought I couldn't walk around like that. So I got myself a little Wendy. Wonderful. So there's loads of time we go out during the day. But we don't need that to happen, because now we know what we can do about it, which is, again, just beyond the internal issues that we're dealing with.
Yeah, definitely. And you're experienced in bioidentical hormones and body identical hormones.
Yes.
So, we prescribe in very similar ways, where we work with both types of hormones, not just one. So, it's all about what's the best fit for the person in front of us, rather than sort of us having our own sort of axe to grind on one or the other. So I think it's all about what's important for the patient, and whether that's sort of financially or other reasons why they might want body identicals over bioidenticals. I mean, I'm always very open with patients. So from that perspective, as a patient, please feel that we'll be working in a similar way. So say if I'm away and Deborah's around for you to see her, and we're obviously going to be liaising a lot with each other, so it should be a smooth transition with your care if you do see Deborah. If I'm away or not available or don't have the availability you need, or the time or the day, so it's just to offer you more as a patient. And Deborah also brings the aesthetic side and also the nutrition side also, so they're in skincare and things, so they're all things you can also speak to her about. And Deborah's
Yeah.
going to be offering some nutrition consultations at the clinic as well, because that's
Yes.
really, really important to personalize nutrition. Like she was saying at the beginning, sometimes you read something, oh, is it keto? Is it fasting? Is it low carb? Should I be eating just meat? Should I be going vegetarian? And it's confusing. And Deborah and I were saying to each other earlier, you know, it's confusing for us. So we've got a background in sort of medicine to try and navigate things. So yeah, it's just good to offer more things, because I always say it's lifestyle first, and that includes your nutrition.
Absolutely.
That's the foundation, your nutrition, how you move your body, your sleep, how you manage your stress. All the other things, all the hormones you're going to take are going to work so much better if we look at that. So we're very much on the same page about that as well.
We are.
Is there anything else you'd like to add today, Deborah?
Well, I just would love everybody to know that we very much are going to be working as a team, and it's wonderful to work so closely with someone who thinks, well, with both of us who think so alike, and that we're not just looking at hormone replacement, but you as a whole person, and that's, you know, how your mindset is, how your physical body is, how your emotions are. We just want you to know that when you leave us, you will feel that, one, you've been listened to, and two, that we have been able to give you solutions that are very much bespoke for you. So
that's the aim. Yeah,
that's the aim. That's what we're trying to do. Just make your life stronger and better, and get back to loving it and being yourself again. Because one of the common things that we find is people just say, I just want to be me again.
Yeah.
And we want that for you as well, but we want you to be a better you again, because you'll have knowledge and understanding. And as we both know, knowledge is power. When you understand what your options are, you are back in control. And that's what we want you to feel, back in control again.
That is what we want. Yeah. Perfect. So Deborah will be joining the team imminently, and will be available for consultations at the beginning on Wednesdays and Saturdays, some Saturdays, not all Saturdays, and we'll take things from there. But I think she's a great addition to the team, and I hope you enjoy seeing her. And I'm also still in clinic and very happy to see you as well. So thanks a lot for your time today, Deborah, and see you soon in clinic.
Yeah, see you soon. Nice to meet you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.